What's going on, guys?
Live where?
This is episode 2 of our new Spare Change podcast. I think we're still trying to think of a actual name for the podcast rather than just calling it the Spare Change podcast.
Pocket change.
Pocket change.
Dang, that's
You know
a
what?
good one.
That's a good one. I respect you for that.
This guy was thinking about Skiddly Doo podcast.
Well, you got to think
I
pocket
think that was
change
a
is
good
kind of
one.
like spare change. It's basically saying the same thing, just in a different way. So there we go.
That could be a possibility. But today, up in the studio, we got Mr. Elias, everybody's favorite
Bad cop,
guy.
good cop, Shane. Bad cop, me.
There it is. And then we got...
And then you got the black cop, Patrick.
Damn. All right.
Starting to turn into a comedy.
Yeah, this is gonna be great. So as y'all see the way we're showing today, it's new videos on demand. Will it be a new
Yeah.
trend? What do y'all have to say about that?
That's the thing. So, because of the virus that's out right now, there's a lot of theaters that are closing down or closing early or capping capacity at like 50 people per theater. Or they're starting a thing, or at least Universal is starting a thing, where you can get movies on demand. I think the first movie's Trolls World Tour, which is it's coming out April 20th. So where it usually would have premiered April 20th. What is it? What you saying?
It's April 10th.
Are you sure it's April 10th?
Yes.
I just checked on Gadget. It was like April 20th.
April 20th.
I don't know, sometimes whatever the date is.
What I looked at, it said April 10th. I'm not. You know what? Forget it. You can't trust the news, I guess.
Yeah, there's a lot of fake news out there.
All right, so
We all know
A
that.
lot of fake news.
I had read something. It said April 20th. So I'm just reiterating that back. But whatever date it is, I guess, that's when it's going to premiere. It would have premiered on that specific date in the theaters, but now it's going to premiere on video on demand. And either what are the sources?
It's Comcast. If you have Apple TV, there's Comcast, Apple TV. There's a video subscription service called Sky. I've never heard of that. And there's also Amazon.
And also, I think Vudu's going to be on there as well.
More likely, Voodoo's going to be on there. They always find their way on there.
Yeah, and then we're also looking at this Friday. We're looking at the Invisible Man, Emma.
I don't even know what Emma is.
I'm not sure what it is either. And then The Hunt, which I think The Hunt was even delayed from last year sometime, right? Because of the shootings or something like that was going on.
Yes, The Hunt was delayed last year because of all the mass shootings that were happening. I'm trying to find this.
And I believe The Hunt just actually came out last week. And I think it's doing pretty good, if I'm not mistaken. I think a lot of people went to go see it. I know a lot of people went to go see Invisible Man, which I went to go see myself. And
I went to go see it.
Patrick, you went to go see it as well? I went with Patrick.
Yeah, it was a nice movie. It caught. I didn't know how to feel about it.
Yeah,
I don't
it
know
was
how I
nice.
felt about it. It was like good. It was good,
It was a
but
good
it was
movie.
like, because I'm used to the old Invisible Man, where he got like scientifically, where science experiment went AWire.
Yeah.
That's what I'm used to.
Yeah, so not like the old school Invisible Man where
No
actually
spoilers. Though.
I barely recall what the original was like.
I think that had Kevin Bacon. Pretty sure it was Kevin Bacon.
I'm talking about like the old original.
Oh, the old original.
Yeah.
Oh, I ain't watched that. I did not watch that one.
So I mean, those are coming out this Friday for $20 a piece. $20
That's not a bad deal.
for a 48-hour period.
48 hours, that's not a bad deal, because think about how many people you could invite over your house, especially if you're like one of us who have a home theater in their own home or a room carved out specifically for a theater. That's not a bad deal, because we could probably bring, 5-6 people in our room, and $20 for 48 hours, you could bring another 5 or 6 people the next day.
Yeah.
And right then and there, that's something that in the movie theater, not including popcorn and soda
Yeah, that's a steal.
or chicken nuggies, as Baby Yoda would say, in this case, it's a steal. So I'm all for $20 for 48 hours for
think
something
so,
like
too.
The Invisible Man.
Do you feel that after this whole thing ends, do you think this could be a future trend that could be pushing forward if you think they make enough money. Do you think they'll make enough money from it?
I think that with this particular release, probably not. I don't think that Invisible Man. This is Universal, right? You said.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, look what they try to do with the Universal reboot when it comes to the Mummy, and look what they try to do with the Monster Universe. They don't have that good of a track record, even though what is it? Invisible Man, is it good on the Rotten Tomato meter? On the tomato meter itself?
Which one?
Is it rotten on the tomato meter, or is it fresh?
Which one?
Invisible Man.
No, I'm pretty sure it's fresh. It's last I checked it was like 90 or something.
Yeah, because I feel like a lot of people they pay attention to that. Even though the tomato meter is never accurate for the movies that I like Joker.
That was such
That's
Did you like
Doesn't make sense that Joker would be that low. Joker is amazing. It deserves to be like in the 90s. I don't understand what the tomato meter is talking about.
I think Invisible Man was around the 90s last.
That's
first came
insane. Look at it. It's 91.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's insane. You're telling me that Invisible Man is better than Joker?
Bro, it was a good movie though. Invisible Man was a good movie.
But it's better than Joker?
What did Joker get?
It's like 60 or 70 or something like
Was it
that.
60 or 70?
Yeah,
That's a little crazy.
that's what I'm saying.
I don't believe that.
For a release like Joker, I would say that, yeah, you got your $20. That's going to do well if you want to, watch it at home. For something like Invisible Man, where there's, people are talking about it, people are going crazy about it, I feel like some people will take the risk and do the cheap $2 Tuesdays or whatever it's called. And not $2, but, cheap Tuesdays at the movie theaters. Right. But, yeah, I'm not sure that this is going to be something that's going to become become commonplace in the home theater space, just because they're going to realize how fast they're going to run out of money, or lose out on money, I should say, because this is something that is similar to the Movie Pass. They saw how that treated everybody in the industry, so they kind of went away from it.
What do you think about the piracy? There's going to be tons of piracy going on.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Most definitely.
There's like Amazon web rips, iTunes rips, and all that stuff out there in the ether. And now there's going to be what's the platform that it's going to be on? Is it going to be like Universal's own platform, or what's it going to be?
So I think it's on Comcast, right? Comcast.
Oh yeah, you were saying it earlier.
It's going to be on Comcast, Apple, Amazon, and a service called Sky. I've never heard of it.
HD, that's in the UK.
Yeah, I think
Sky
the UK is Sky.
Okay, I've never heard of Sky. I've never been in the UK. So
thing.
thanks for that, Elias. But yeah.
Yeah, look, Joker 68 makes no sense.
Yeah, Joker at 68%. It has a 68% on tomato meter. It has an 88% on the audience score, which happens a lot nowadays in movies, where the critics are bashing a movie, but the actual movie just everyone else loves it.
Even the audience score 88, I feel like it's too low. At least 91. But Invisible Man, bring it down. So when it comes to Joker, Rotten Tomato score, 68% on the tomato meter. By the critics, it's still fresh, but I don't agree with that. It should be at least 91, especially for the audience score. 88? No, it should be 91. Invisible Man needs to come down.
Well, I feel it's kind of a blockbuster. That's a huge movie, though. So
What?
I don't think we're going to see like huge movies like on demand.
Like Joker?
Soon. Yeah, like Joker, or even like Furious 9.
Well, it's a whole year delay. Let me just say something real quick before I give the mic back to Patrick. The thing is, Joker almost won Best Picture this year. Almost. Had it not been for Parasite. I don't think 1917 would have won. The thing is, when it comes to Parasite, I'm pretty sure the Academy is mad that they gave that those guys that award.
I was surprised.
Considering the situation
Parasite.
we're in right now.
Like, I saw Parasite, and I thought Ford v Ferrari was a better movie.
It was.
Yeah.
I did not see Parasite, but I did see Ford v Ferrari, and I did like it. It was a nice, visually stunning movie.
Yeah, Ford v Ferrari I thought was better.
Yes.
I thought Joker was better. I didn't see Little Women. I did not see that, so I couldn't say if that was better or not.
I was never gonna watch Little Women.
I saw it. That was an SJW all pro woman movie. So.
I did not yet see Parasite, but I've heard rave reviews about it. But I
mean, it was
watched
decent.
Joker.
It was a
and
decent
I
movie.
was like, Joker was visually stunning. The storytelling was awesome. I think what knocked Joker was people's big old issue with mental illness. That's what called Joker.
Everybody's too sensitive nowadays. That's the problem.
Extremely too sensitive.
Very, very
That's why
sensitive.
some people don't like me on this channel because everybody's too sensitive. But anyways, we're here to talk about things that are getting delayed and to speculate on whether or not this is going to become a trend. I'll tell you right now, my overall opinion is that I hope that this does not become a trend because the industry will lose out inevitably on money. For some movies, and I say movies, not films, because film is a term that means blockbuster and it is, worthy of a best picture. A movie is something like Transformers. You guys get the deal, right? So when it comes to that, I feel like movies are going to be available for streaming that are in the theater for $20 for 48 hours, where you can invite 12 people over the course of 2 days to your theater if you have one. If you don't, check out our channels. We'll show you how to make one. Cheap plug, right? But yeah, I don't think that this is going to become a common thing, because even for those movies that they do release for 48 hours for $20, they're going to realize, wow, we could have made a lot more money at the theater, especially with concessions. So yeah,
Yep.
I feel like overall we probably will see this become a trend for a short period, but once the dust settles on the situation that the world is in now, you won't see it anymore.
Mr. 49ers.
I mean,
I see you're asking about Black Widow.
Yeah, like I would love to see. Part of me is like, listen, I hate the fact that we're all suffering from this virus.
Yeah.
But at the same time,
Drink White
it's
Claw, not
like,
Corona.
it's like, listen, everybody's like stuck in their houses. Everybody's binging TV shows and watching movies, spending time with the family, getting paid to work from home. I mean, there is a silver lining here. We are getting to see movies sooner in the theater. I hate to be like, that guy where we can't go outside and enjoy the weather and stuff. But if there's a chance that we can see movies like Black Widow or the new Marvel movie or anything blockbuster-ish at your house and you have a home theater, listen, I wouldn't mind checking that out. I would pay a premium for that. I would pay $100 to watch a movie day and date on release at the theater. Especially in my home theater, I think it sounds better than most theaters, and visually I think it's better than most theaters.
I can agree with you.
Especially if you're a big family, if you got a lot of kids and stuff like that, $20 a ticket for like a family of 5, that's like $100 plus popcorn, all that stuff. That's a lot of money. So I mean, I understand obviously having this pandemic is horrible and everything, but if you want to be positive about it, at least from an entertainment standpoint, I could see that this kind of being a good thing as far as that is concerned. Like big movies like that, like Black Widow and maybe whatever Star Wars movies coming out in the future, that could be something interesting. I think.
Agree with you, Shane, but you gotta remember it's Disney. If they do video on demand, it's not gonna be on the day of release. It's going to be like a month after.
Well, I mean, Universal's starting this off with Trolls. If this could be a big thing, I mean, Trolls 1, they spawned like a #1 musical hit with Justin Timberlake's.
Yeah,
what's that song?
I'm not gonna lie.
Dance.
Trolls World Tour. They have a song that dropped with Justin Timberlake and what's the name of that song?
Can't Stop the Feeling.
Can't Stop the Feeling.
I'm talking about Trolls World Tour. They dropped another song and it's fire. I like it. It's nice.
Oh, it's a new one.
It's the new song for their new movie.
Trolls 2?
Yes, no, it's not called Trolls 2. It's called Trolls World Tour. Come on, man. Get your facts straight.
Well, I thought Trolls in general was the movie from the 80s with the people with the crazy looking faces and the green goo that come out of them when they bite you. I thought that's what Trolls was. You telling me there's a Trolls Kids movie too?
There is.
Yeah, no, I'm just playing around. Yeah, I know there is. It's like the little dolls. I know what you're talking about.
But for instance, that movie, I know Shane has said April 20th. My fact said April 10th that they're gonna be popping up there. But that's a movie that you can sit and do that. Is Disney gonna take that chance and do that with Black Widow? I don't think so. I really don't think so.
See, I've got that right there. Trolls World Tour, April 20th. This is via Engadget.
That's
I don't know
my
if that's
Engadget. Sorry to be unprofessional, but I'm just gonna pull out my phone real quick to show you the CNN.
But I get like people are saying that if they do a day and date release rather than watching it at the theater, you watch it at home. That the theater is going to suffer, people will lose jobs and things like that. But if I think they price it accordingly, like say $100, that you could watch it at home with some privacy, anti-piracy measures put into place. I don't know how they would do that if you're streaming it at home, but I mean, if it was like $100, how many people would really pay $100 unless you're a real movie enthusiast? And then at the same time, if you're just going to watch it by yourself, you're not going to pay $100, right? Maybe, maybe not. Where if you're just a casual viewer, you'd pay the $13 or whatever for a matinee to go watch it once at the theater, rather than just watching it at home. So I mean, I feel like there could be a nice, a middle ground between buying it
Talking about like a
at
nice
your house
beach.
or at the theater.